Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, Jesus. Oh, welcome, 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 welcome. Happy Friday. Oh, I got jump scared by my own music. Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. Hey, what's going on, guys? That was funny. Oh, man. Okay. Bitcoin currently trading at 106,878 and 36 cents, the same price it was yesterday, kind of, a little bit lower. I guess there was a retrace target guess to 106 here from some point in time somewhere. Who knows? What's going on, Giovanni? What's going on, Fahid? Guys, smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate you guys for being here. It is DCA day, Friday. We're chilling. I'm excited. Bitcoin's doing a whole lot of nothing, but that's when the fun begins, I think. Ooh, I see something. Okay, this is what I see. Are you ready? You get the heavy drop, the other drop, and then the continuation. Right now, we got the heavy drop, the other drop, and then we're going to do a chop and continuation. Maybe. Not financial advice. The only downfall is that this had a downfall afterwards, and we don't want that here, because that will just put us lower. But we'll see what happens. I'm at a point now where I'm just making stuff up, so let's go refresh the liquidation heat map and see where we're at. The heat said first, can we finally moon again? Giovanni said, TBG, I don't know what that means, to be gay. It was so nice to see gold finally drop a tad. I agree. That also made me feel gay. Bitcoin liquidation heat map. Hold on, I gotta call my fiance. Let's zoom in here on the 12-hour. Hey, you know those animal crackers that have like the frosting on them? Yeah, like the white chocolate, the really bougie ones. If they have those there, can you get them? Okay. If not, get something as whatever you can get that's closest to that. I don't care. Just do whatever. I just want the bougie animal crackers. I don't care. Surprise me. I'm on stream. Love you, bye. All right. We had to put in a comfort food special order. Tom Salk's Code said, being in crypto is like paying a woman to step on your balls. I don't know. People that do that enjoy that, though. I don't really enjoy what we've been going through right now. All right. Liquidation heat map. We've got 107,725. 107,725. We've got, it's very thin up top, 108,304. Which, you know, we're heading into the weekend, so this is not surprising, but this down below us is a little bit concerning. We got 106,153. We've got, that's so thin, I don't even really care to put it on there. I'm going to go straight down here, 105,077. And then I'm going to go to the big one down there, because that's the most concerning right here. This 195 million, 104,332. I would not be surprised to see that hit that 104,332 for sure. Just because it's a decent chunk of change and they got weekend liquidity, it's really easy to bust through. But outside of that, we're down 1.32% on the day. Still struggling to get above the moving average in the RSI. That's probably the ultimate sign we got. We do have a green dot on our momentum wave on Market Cipher, and it is incredibly oversold, but that's not really doing it for us. We're not going anywhere. I would love to see that change, though. So definitely something we got to keep an eye on. I got to check on the bougie animal crackers. Nice. They have them. Let's go. Okay. Heck yeah. I'm excited. You get a little bit fat when you get in crypto. If you're here long enough, you'll put on a little bit of weight for sure. ETH is down 1.41% on the day. We are currently trading at 38.39. Nice little uptrend here. I don't mind it. We bounced off of 37, which was where we bounced off of previously. So I like that acting as support. Can we continue, break through this 38.35 and head towards 4K? Getting above 4K would be a big deal, for sure. Philly said, yo, what's going on, Philly? We are struggling to get above the moving average in the RSI, just like Bitcoin. We do have a green dot on our momentum wave as well, though. So that's a good thing. Green dots galore. Bitcoin dominance, 59.67. Still can't get above 60, which is awesome. That's exactly what we want to see. I want to see this break below the moving average. I want to see this red dot push down. And I want to see it lose 59 so that we can get some alt relief here. But unfortunately, it does kind of look like it wants to curl up. Maybe not that fast, but it is like it's slowly getting more bullish. But we'll see what happens. They can turn around just quick. Solana is down 1.27% on the day. If you guys at any point want to interrupt me and suggest a coin in the chat, I'm more than happy to. We go through Bitcoin down to XRP. After that, I'll look at whatever you guys want. So please, shill some. It can be stocks, it can be crypto, it can be an ETF. Whatever. It can be like an angel investment opportunity that your cousin has for some barbecue joint in like Georgia, Atlanta or something, I don't care. Let's look at some fun stuff. Crypto's doing the same thing it's been doing for like 3 years, so time to diversify the channel a little bit. Solana's down 1.25%, seemingly rejecting 184. We got some wicks here, which is indicative of some selling pressure. RSI cannot get, hardly even touching the moving average, but really struggling to get above it. We got a yellow dot unconfirmed on market cipher, a green dot confirmed on our momentum wave, also I believe signaling bullish div, maybe. I'm not sure, actually. It's a good question. I guess so. So there's momentum wave has bullish divergence because the price is down while the RSI is up, or the momentum wave is up. So there is momentum wave divergence. I don't know what that means, what that's going to result in, but we do kind of got like a little tweezer top thing going on so far with these wicks. So something to keep in mind, keep an eye on. Total 3 fractal, probably in shambles. We broke below 1 trillion and we are sitting at 974 right now. I said if we lost $1 trillion, it was going to get dicey. We've lost $1 trillion. It's getting dicey. What's going to happen from here? If you guys want me to give a long-term plan, green dot on the momentum, that actually looks really good too, divergence. Long-term plan, I'm guessing, totally guessing, we're going to look like this for a week, maybe 2. Hopefully just a week and a half. I'm guessing a week, and then the insiders are going to front run. Not this week, but next week. And then after that, will that be September? Or I'm going back in time, apparently. November? Yes, actually, that will be literally in 2 weeks will be the last day of October. So I'm guessing November 3rd is when we start to look a little better. Totally speculating. Tom Salkscoat said, can you look at my taint? Is that on TradingView or Deck Screener? Probably Deck Screener, right? You probably haven't even bonded yet on Pump Fun. That's like the weirdest insult ever. I bet your taint hasn't even bonded yet on Pump Fun. Okay. Oh, that's good. Good stuff. Oh, I just realized I'm a top chat over here. No wonder why. All right. Total 3. 975. See, that's 75. And every 25 billion is going to be psychological, no matter what. So if we can't get above that, it's going to get dicey. We do have a green dot. Our momentum wave is oversold, and there's divergence. There's bullish div on the RSI. I don't know if that's going to be relevant at all, because we're really relying on like macro events and Bitcoin and the economy. But if I'm being completely honest, the news is pointing towards bullish situations as well. We got bullish div on total 3, which is good. Problem is, it's signaling a temporary uptrend and a prolonged longer-term downtrend. Maybe this will turn into a wedge. That'd be great. That would break up falling wedge would break up. But for now, it is what it is. We got little baby bullish div. And we've lost 1 trillion. So my downside target, I guess maybe let's look to fill this wick. If we're truly going to go down and we lose, if we lose 974 and we get down to 900 and we don't hold 900, I'm looking to fill the wick. That's what I'm looking at. ADA is down 3.05% on the day, currently trading at 62.56. Same thing here. We got a little tweezer top action going on. Wicks galore. We've rejected 63 multiple times. Struggling to get above the moving average on the RSI. We got a green dot on a momentum wave, divergence as well. Bullish div on price action as well on the 4-hour, but again, that is signaling short-term uptrend, long-term downtrend. Unconfirmed yellow dot on market cipher as well. Volume is decent compared to pre-Friday, so something to keep an eye on for sure. We are rejecting 63 though, so I'm fully looking for, at the very least, 60, which we have already touched. So if we lose 60, unfortunately 50 is my next stop. 55 would be psychological, little midpoint action between 50 and 60. So we'll see if that does anything. SNEK is down 3.15%. We lost 30, which I said if we lose 30, it's going to get dicey. It looks like it's getting dicey. It's trying to push back up. This is good. I like this. These wicks right here, indicative of some buy pressure. So let's see if this bad boy gets scooped. Otherwise, we really want to hold 27. We lose 27, we're going down to 20. And that would be a 33% loss from 30. So just protect yourselves, guys. But that 30 would fill this wick. So maybe that is what, or that 20 would fill this wick. So maybe that is what we need. Just brace yourselves, diversify, set stop losses. If you have to de-risk a little bit, there's no shame, you know. Don't let people shame you for whatever you got going on with your finances. If you do have to de-risk though, maybe pump the brakes on your allocations. Because if you have to de-risk right now, then that means that you need the money. And you probably got a little excited and FOMO'd a little bit and too quick. Which happens. You know, it is what it is. We're only humans. XRP down 1.18% on the day. Tishu said, yo, what happens to number go up? The number that is going up is the percentage of loss. That number go up. The loss percentage number go up for sure. XRP down 1.19%. Oddly holding up better than other alts in this scenario, percentage wise. Currently trading at 230. We have rejected 234 once-ish, kind of. I don't know. It's getting to that point now where it's in the tight ranges, so it's going to react at every single price. But if we lose 228, then 222 should act as support, which it has already. So we'll see what happens if it happens again. We are getting to the point now where things actually look bad, and that's usually when the market maker turns it around. I'm not saying it's going to happen right now or today or this week even, but at least we're in the right spot for the turnaround to happen eventually. Let's just hope, cross our fingers, that it's not 365 days from now, because that would be a bummer. So far, the local top did align with that weird anonymous post from 2023. So it's a little bit sus. And that post called for a 364 or 365 day bear market until the bottom happened. So look for, I guess, if we are going into a bear market, which I don't think we are. I genuinely don't think that we are. But if we are, then October 2026 is the ultimate buy opportunity. Not financial advice. It's my 2 cents. Giovanni said, looks good, send it. Who am I? I have no idea, actually. Tishu said October canceled. See, the problem is everyone was expecting October. Everyone. So, do you understand who am I? Do I say that? That's not me, right? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I'm going to watch Rush Hour. I'm going to make my family watch Rush Hour as well. I like that. Instead of like having a toxic relationship with your family, just force them to watch stuff that they don't want to watch. You're like, listen up, family meeting. Today, this one's my favorite. My go-to is like a punishment. If somebody pisses me off, I'm like, we're going to watch World War II in color. Because I live with 2 women. And they're both like, we're not watching that. You know, my 14-year-old daughter has 0 interest in that. The closest she's ever gotten to like any kind of like documentary or like historian thing is Hamilton. And my fiance just can't be bothered. She's also a drama person. Drama as in like the stage. So fun times though. It is fun. I thoroughly enjoy World War II in color. Like, no joke. Band of Brothers, World War II in color. There's a bunch of different World War II in color documentary-esque things. There's like World War II enhanced, World War II HD, you know. It's good stuff. It's definitely good stuff. I'm pretty sure they have the same guy narrate all of it as well. Anyways, XRP 230. We lose 228. 222 is in the cards. $2 should act as support. The wick to fill, if we got to fill this wick, I hope we don't, but it goes all the way down to 126, which is crazy. Mr. Burr, sir, Bill Burr, Hamilton Straight Heat. Never actually sat down and watched it. I've heard the sound 10,000 like times, the audio, which I think because I've heard it so many times, just like in the background, I'm a little desensitized to it. I would like to see it in person. I'm an in-person guy. I like to go to shows. If you guys are ever wondering, if anyone's ever like, what do I give my wife for our anniversary or for Christmas or for her birthday, whatever, buy tickets to either a Broadway show or a comedy show. It's always fun. It's like a top shelf date night opportunity for you guys. It's pretty sick. Tishu said, I remember XRP above $3. It's strong. I mean, XRP exploded. They're definitely just selling the crap out of it, though. I did see that Ripple is like planning to buy like $1 billion. I thought it was really funny because I'm like, haven't they been selling that much like every day? So they're gonna buy 1 billion. Big deal. I thought it was really funny. HBAR, funnily enough, we got a little bounce off of this 16,445 level, and we just broke below that. Pretty harsh, but we bounced at 1593 next, and we're kind of in that little airbag zone. Billy said, what would be ultimate bullish? The end of Russia-Ukraine war or a reversal on China tariffs? Ultimate bullish, quantitative easing, stimmies, quantitative easing, stimmies, and that's it. No more uncertainty. The problem isn't like tariffs or trade wars or Russia war, Ukraine, whatever. It's stability. People know that there's a war going on between Russia and the Ukraine, so nobody's really bothered by it. Now, if something stirs up with that and Putin is suddenly mad, or, you know, there's like negotiations and it's going really good, so we get a little pump, and then it goes bad, then we get a little dump, that changes the situation. That is where the uncertainty comes in. There was no problem with China. We were doing great. And then all of a sudden Trump was like 100% tariff because China said that they weren't going to send us rare minerals or some stupid crap. And I don't know, the exchanges use that as an opportunity to wipe out like $20 billion, which is crazy. They might be in a little bit of hot water because of that. I don't think 300 million is going to help you, Binance. They're going to need to be a little more liquid than that. Pay off a little more people. HBAR, if we reject 1644 and lose 1593, then 14 is in play. The wick to be filled here, some of these wicks are crazy. Goes all the way down to 7 cents. So there's a over 50% opportunity there. SWE is down 2.98% on the day, currently trading at 244. We broke below 250. Pretty harsh. That candle alone was a 6.5% candle to the downside. Got a little reaction at the midpoint here at 236. Are we going to hold above that? We got bullish div, which is interesting. There is bullish divergence. But again, that's that temporary uptrend, longer-term downtrend situation. So there's also divergence on the momentum wave, which does have a green dot as well. Tom Salkscoat said Trump commuted George Santos sentence, more crime season. I don't know who George Santos is. Ondo is down 3.34% on the day, currently trading at 70.30. Ondo still above the candle close bottom. It did wick below it, or I guess it closed below it for a hot second. But we are kind of chilling in between 72.72 and 67.31. If we can hold that, great. If not, probably going down to 58.86. Wick to be filled, 24.81. Again, some of these I don't know if they're going to fill. Some of them were definitely just like a happenstance of low volume, low liquidity situation. But we'll see, man. If that happens to be the case again, then there's no reason why they can't fill. Problem is, to fill, I think you need candle body closes. Rest in peace, Ace Freely. Rest in peace, Ace Freely, for sure. Kiss is whittling down for sure. For sure. Maybe they can get Jojo Siwa to fill in for some of them. Aerodrome down 4.52% on the day, dancing around 76.03. We are struggling to get back above it, which is interesting. This seems to be a strong resistance, previous support, and we are well below our candle body close from the Friday dump. Thank you so much. Awesome. No, but they're not bad. I was talking about the ones with the chocolate and the sprinkles. You mentioned sprinkles.
I thought that was...
These are like the lower class.
Okay, well, I thought I got the right one.
I mean, they're probably all they have at Family Dollar, but they look delicious. Thank you. I'm gonna try them in my tea.
Okay.
Love you. I got my animal crackers. I was talking about the ones that are covered in white chocolate. These are so good, though. Something about animal crackers, dude. They're simple. Delicious. I remember being a kid. We get the whole barrel. And I never wanted to eat them. I'm like, those are boring. Because there was nothing on them. It was just plain animal crackers. And then when I was forced to, there was no other snacks that I really was in the mood for. I was like, okay, I'll have some animal crackers. I don't know if they put like vanilla extract in them or something. But, dude, once I started, I couldn't stop. It's like saltines. It's the same situation with saltine crackers. Once you start, you can't stop, dude. So delicious. Anyways, Aerodrome. This is one of the few coins that actually justifies its drop because it had a monumentous run. Now, we did what's really crazy and interesting. I know my chart's really messy, so I get a little bit embarrassed about the messy chart. We got this line right here, this trend line. We broke below the trend line and retested and rejected that trend line. So, technically, we are in probably a prolonged downtrend. We'll see where it ends. We got bullish div here as well, but it's the same bullish div that is everywhere else. Giovanni said, peak adulthood is your wife bringing you animal crackers while streaming about internet money after a hard week of work. Dude, I'm excited for the weekend. You know what I'm about to do as well once the stream's over? Maybe. I might wait until tomorrow. They got like a 2 for $8 deal on junior bacon cheeseburgers at Wendy's. I've been thinking about it all week, dude. The worse the crypto market gets, the more I want to eat, which is definitely not a good like association to have in your brain, but I don't care. I'm beyond caring at the moment. If it gets out of hand, then we can talk. But until then, save the intervention. Because I'm not going to listen. I want my junior bacon cheeseburgers. Tom Selleck Scott said George Santos is former House representative who defrauded his campaign donors and stole their identities and stole campaign funds. Whoa! That's crazy. Billy said, okay, here's a question. If we are entering the bear market, what is your predictions for full-on bear market lows for the top 5 assets? That's a good question, Philly. Thank you for participating in the stream. Let's see. Top 5 assets. Bitcoin, ETH, BNB, XRP, Solana. So bottom for Bitcoin. Bottom, like bear market bottom. We have entered a bear market. This is hypothetical, so don't take this the wrong way. Hypothetically, if we have entered a bear market, and I'm looking for the bottom for all of these assets, for Bitcoin, I'm going with like, I don't want to say 70. 70 seems way too low. I'm going to give a high and a low. I'm going to give a high and a low. My high, I'm going to say probably 90K. I would like for it to be 90K. My low, I'm going to say 69K because that is where the previous bull market high was. For ETH is going to be a little more complicated. I feel like ETH could go down to 1K, honestly. Let's go to ETH longer term time frame. Zoom out. Justin said, I think BNB could crash if there's an investigation in the USDT and exchange shutdown. I don't think Tether had anything to do with it. I really don't. I think it was the Oracle. I think it was Binance's Oracle. And I think that a lot of other big players used Binance's Oracle. I don't think Coinbase did. And I think that that's why Coinbase assets held up. Because if you look at ADA on Coinbase, it did not go down to 25 cents. It stayed around like 60. Like it's still, there was still a dump, but there was no scamwick liquidation event. There is proven already a situation that happened with Athena's stablecoin depegging, which that was the one that came up out of nowhere recently and was suddenly really popular. That one depegged, it went down to 65 cents. So here's the issue. If I have a $1,000 trade and I have, or maybe I have auto add margin, whatever, and I have the full assets to back the dollar or the USD amount, but the actual USD value of the asset, the underlying stablecoin asset, depegs by 45%. How is that my problem? I have 1,000 of this coin that represents $1. If it depegs, I'm not responsible for that. The stablecoin is, but they're probably not. By interacting with the smart contract, you're probably in like some like legally binding thing where they're like, well, we don't really care if you get effed. You know, sometimes stuff depegs, deal with it. So who knows? Okay, daily. ETH bottom. I mean, it already went down to 12. Who's to say this wasn't a bear market right here? You know what I mean? We had bull market, bear market, bull market, bear market. I'm going to say 2K. I'm going to say 2K for the high. And 1K for the low. No, there's no way it's going down to 1K, right? I'm going to say 2K for the high, 1,500 for the low. That's what I'm going to do. High, 2K. Low, 1.5K. Tom Selk said crypto market is currently pegging me. Overton said hi friend. What's going on, Overton? How you doing? Long time no see. Giovanni said I like the question, Philly. That is a good question, Philly. Legit. All right, BNB. Try to shift the window. I think I still have some of my Overton. It completely rubbed. No offense. Jeez, BNB went on a freaking tear. What the heck? We had all these beautiful lines too. As soon as it broke that 789, it was go time. Look at this. You got a break. You got a little pullback retest situation to the midpoint in between all of those guys to like 720. And then just absolutely sent. I don't like looking at the daily. It makes everything look really obvious. Billy said 1K for ETH. Holy, that's like the low. Like if stuff gets really bad, 1K was last bear market. That's the issue though, is we recently on ETH, just in April of this year, went down to 1,400, 1,500, which is pretty damn low. ETH has a tendency to shift violently, it seems. Like, look at how fast it dropped here. That happened so fast. There's no way it's topping. ETH didn't even make an all-time high. ETH did not even make an all-time high. Did it? Did it wick? Maybe it wicked. Oh, I guess it did wick. What? That's boring. See, that's my issue, is we better not have no stinking wicks. Everyone's like, oh, ETH hit an all-time high. No, it didn't. As far as I'm concerned, ETH, like, flaked up for a microsecond. hit an all-time high. Get out of here. BNB. See, BNB is a weird one. Bear market BNB was $200. It's currently sitting at 1,000. Oh, I got to do the daily close contest. For BNB, I guess I'm going to go with 500. And then 400 for the, or let me go 600 and 300. That's what I'll do. All right, guys, get your guesses ready for the daily close contest. Go down to the 1 minute time frame. Bitcoin currently trading at 106,583 and 97 cents. I don't even remember what I said. 6 and 3? 6 and 3. That's what I said. 6 and 3 for BNB. We'll get back to that. That actually rhymes as well. 6 and 3 for BNB. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, get your guesses ready for the daily close contest. Let's see. What do you guys think? Are we closing a green October? Are we going to be red? 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Giovanni said, I'm not going to lie, these bear market low predictions aren't even bad. They're not. See, I think I'm bad at shorting because I'm too optimistic all the time. I'm like, oh, it's totally going to pump. It's going to pump right now. And it doesn't. It never does. Or I'll short and I'll be up like 5%. And I'm like, oh, it's like slowing down. It's not dumping super fast. So it's probably going to reverse. And then I close and I'll open a long like an idiot. And then it keeps going down. And I'm like, dang it. Manipulation. If it doesn't go my way, it's just automatically manipulation. Because everyone knows I'm right all the time. J Shear 2.0. Coming in with 106,596 and 69 cents. Giovanni Fontes coming in with 106,500 and 1 penny. Giovanni had a good question in the Discord as well. Giovanni, do me a favor. After we're done with Philly's question, after we're done with the daily close, ask that question again. Because that is a good question as well. We should do a Q&A segment like George. Let's do Q&A. Cheers, guys. Happy Friday. We're going to do Q&A. All right. What do we got? Anybody else? Philly said, thank you, Giovanni. Guys, get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Boy, they really do like milk whatever this frosting is. They like double it with water and just splash it on there for a second. Overton said, I haven't been on your stream in a while, but I'm back. When you have time, check out the info on the web. Okay. Giovanni said bet. Overton, if you remind me that later, I will absolutely do so. Guys, you've got 3 minutes remaining to get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Chance for you to win up to $300 every single day. Nobody has won the grand prize yet. We've had several $20 winners. $20 seems quite achievable. But $300, 300 smackaroos is quite a feat. But it is completely free to participate. And all you have to do is be subscribed, smash the like button, and participate via chat. Tell us what you think the Bitcoin daily close price is going to be. And if you nail all 8 digits, which is 106,480 and 61 cents at the moment, then you win $300. And because it's such a big deal, and because it bugs the crap out of me when people are like, well, I'll get you your prize tomorrow. Hit me up tomorrow. No, we're not doing that. If somebody wins the $300, we're stopping everything and we are sending them their $300 after we verify that it's them. But we're going to do it on stream because that's a big deal. I'm not going to do no, oh, I'll hit you up tomorrow. That drives me insane. If you win a prize, you get the prize. You don't have to wait. That's stupid. Overton said, I believe it's time for everyone to come together around something that will belong to us all. We must build a single ecosystem for everything we need. Only then can we succeed. I like that. I like it. I like that a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, you got 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining on the clock to get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Like I said, chance for you to win up to $300 every single day. Spread the word. Tell your friends and family. Get everybody to subscribe. We just recently crossed 1,220. subscribers, which is pretty awesome. We are shooting for 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I think we can do it. Philly said, oh, Philly's actually submitting a daily close contest, guess. Philly coming in with a 106,575.00. Very cool. Thank you, Philly. $300, guys. $300. That could help add to your severely bruised portfolio. Tom Selleck Scope 106,400. Imagine your portfolio suddenly up $300 more than what it was before you subscribed and smashed the like button. John 106, I can't type, 106,597.32. Dream Tanks coming in with 106,800. Ladies and gentlemen, 10 seconds remaining. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Thank you for participating. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get these bad boys up on the board. Bitcoin, 106,429.51. Flatlined. We got Dream Tanks TV with 106,800. We've got John. I really can't type today. John with 106,597.32. We've got 106,596.69. Did you guys see that Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau are dating? I think. Whoa, Jay Shear and John are very, very close. Crazy. Crazy. We've got Philly. How to, you are late, my friend. There's a 5-minute window. So after 7:55, when I say time's up, if you submit, it is unfortunately void. However, if you want to come back tomorrow, we do this every single day. It's a ton of fun. It's completely free to participate, and you could literally win $300. 106,575. So smash the like button, subscribe. Appreciate you for being here. We've got Giovanni Fontes with 106,501 penny. And last but not least, we've got Tom Selleck Scope with 106,400. Strategic, I like it. John, Tom Selleck Scope currently in the lead. I don't know why I said John. I think I meant to say guys. Tom Selleck Scope currently in the lead with 106,400. Bitcoin 106,415 at 62 cents. What's it going to be? Jay Shear 2.0 said, John, if you win, I'm suing. That's funny. That's a good one. All right. All right, guys, avert your attention to the poll in the chat. Do you think we still close October green for Bitcoin? Let me know what you think. Bitcoin currently trading 106,419 and 7 cents. We've got 2 minutes and 31 seconds remaining on the clock. We are chilling. I'm curious as to where this is going to go, because this, I thought sentiment felt pretty bad during like the first dip after breaking all-time highs. And then the second one, it seems to have progressively gotten worse every single time. More and more people come out the woodwork insisting that we're going to zero and that we've topped. And that never is the case. This is our first big pullback for Bitcoin. This bull market, it seems. I don't think we've gone down 15% yet. This is the first time we've gone down like double digits in a day. John said, I swear I didn't see your entry. I'll split the coney or whatever with you. John, if you win $300 though, they're gonna, I mean, you still get whatever you win for the prize, but the money is also in there. Overton as well. If you want to participate, you're gonna have to come back tomorrow. 7:50 p.m. EST is when you can start guessing. 7:55 p.m. EST is when you are no longer allowed to guess, and that is entirely dependent on my clock. You guys are capable of keeping track of time yourself, and there is a delay on YouTube, so that is why I say time's up in the chat. Atomic clock. We do have a green dot on the momentum wave on the 1 minute time frame. Bitcoin 106, 424 and 58 cents. We've got 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining on the clock. Getting a little pumpy here. Tom Selleck's goat still in the lead, holding it with a monumentous gap. Giovanni Fontes next in line. This is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. Ladies and gentlemen, John said money too, donate it. Jay Shear said LMAO, all good, dude. Bitcoin 106, 434 and 4 cents. 47 seconds remaining on the clock. Tom Selleck's goat still in the lead. We did get a bullish cross over the moving average on the RSI on the 1 minute time frame, and we have a green dot on the momentum wave several candles ago, still in play. We are just grinding out of oversold on our momentum wave on the 1 minute. That pulse play said ETFs, quantitative easing, new legislation, government about to reopen, and rate cuts. Time to buy, if anything, in my opinion. I agree 1000%. I've never felt more strongly about anything in my life, but it's going to get dicey before it gets spicy. 14 seconds remaining on the clock. 106, 431 and 68 cents. Tom Selleck's goat still in the lead. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of today's daily close contest, Mr. Tom Selleck's goat, with a guess of 106,400 and an actual Bitcoin daily close price of 106,431 and 68 cents. 106,431 and 68 cents. Congratulations, Tom Selleck's goat. Jesus, 106,431, 68. 106,431, 68. Congratulations, Tom Selleck's goat, on your victory, ladies and gentlemen. Spam the bananas in the chat for our winner. Very cool. $106,400 even. Congratulations, my friend. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Big board. 4-hour time frame. Bam. Banana spam. I don't know why it takes me so long to spam bananas. Not that hard. I struggle with it for some reason. All right, very cool. Ladies and gentlemen. Yay! Tom Selleck's goat. Now ahead of Fahid again. Closing in slowly but surely on Tyler's lead. Let me add Tom Selleck's goat to the winner's Google Doc. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 106,400 even, and an actual Bitcoin daily close of 106,431 and 68 cents on October 17th, 2025. Mr. Tom Selleck's goat's prize is 2 mild venison sticks. Congratulations, Tom Selleck's goat, on your victory. Feel free to split these with Fahid or Tyler or your wife or your kids or your family pet, your employer, employees, your mom, your grandma, your sister, your auntie. Whatever you do, you are legally obligated to remove it from the premises. Congratulations once again on your victory. Enjoy. Very cool. I am a venison maxi. I don't know if you guys have ever had venison. Venison sticks. Yeah, I can take them or leave them, but give me like a venison steak. Ooh. I would also like to point out on the 4-hour time frame on the Binance Bitcoin Tether chart, we have a confirmed green dot on Market Cipher. This, I believe, is a very big deal. Look at that. And it came with a big, fat green candle after this lovely reversal wick that we got yesterday. This lovely candle today, I think that was, maybe that wasn't yesterday. I don't know. We got a nice reversal candle. We got a big, fat green candle, which led to a big, fat green dot confirmed on Market Cipher. Hopefully, number go up. We will see. That Pulse player said, Sailor been quiet. He has. We'll see what he says on Sunday if they're going to buy some more. Billy said, JJ after close, finish doing it. Yes, absolutely, 100%. That Pulse player said, I mean, he is the goat after all. That is true. John said, that's good meat, bro. Venison is delicious. 1000% agree. All All right, ladies and gents, what did I say for Binance? 600 and 300? Again, total speculation. None of this is financial advice. All right, XRP. See, XRP I think is going to be my controversial take because I think XRP is going to get wrecked. Let's get controversial, guys. XRP bottom, bear market bottom. See, it was 50 cents. I'm going to go $1.50 and 75. A lot of people are probably going to hate me for that. They're probably going to tell me I'm stupid. I might be. I very well could be stupid. That's a complete possibility. My high is $1.50. My low is 50 cents. Or did I say 75? I think I said 75. 75 makes more sense. All right, and Solana. Solana is going to be a good one for sure. Let's go. Tish, you said Coinbase has converted Matic balances to Pol and Matic Coinbase chart. No more Matic. I don't know why they have to do that. Why can't they just change the name on the chart? It's so weird. All right. Solana. We go to the daily. Use my trader's intuition. Ready? I'm so sorry. For Solana, it went down to $100 already. Same time that ETH in April of 2020. I told you guys every bull market, by the way, my birthday sucks. It is April 26th, and the market maker just decimates the market. It might even be every year. It might be an annual thing. It might not even be a cycle-based thing, but it's always awful. I'm gonna go with 50. Seems really, really low. 50 seems stupid, but it did just touch 100. I'm gonna go 50 to 100. I'm gonna go 50 to 100. That sounds crazy. I hate it. It sounds insane. But that's what I got. This is my guess. This is my guess for bear market low targets. Billy said, I had venison before. An old girlfriend's dad was a hunter, and her mom cooked it and made venison stew. Best thing I ever ate. Isn't it good, dude? It's so good. Oh my gosh. I don't know why. There's a place local that I could get it from. I might just go buy some tomorrow. We got a trick-or-treat thing, and then we're going to a Halloween party at my mom's. So my stream, we might not get a daily close stream tomorrow. I'm going to try and make it, but we might not. I'm not going to force it, so. I will stream no matter what. What's interesting is this volume. Look at the volume spike. The volume spike on the little dumperoonie. Boop. Interesting. Interesting. Same thing here. Look at this. Every single time. Spike, spike. We got spike number 1. Are we going to do a second one? I'm going to do a fractal. Is that what this fractal is? That is exactly what this fractal is. Look at that. It's already up there. Beautiful fractal. Gosh, I'm so smart. You know, I think I remember putting this fractal up and saying that it sucks. But I think that that's pretty close. The difference is here we lingered a long time. We wicked and then we filled the wick. Got a lower low. Trapped some bears and then pumped out of it. This time around, we're just dumping. And we might do one of these, but it's very, very similar. It is very similar. And that's what kind of blows my mind. People are like, we're entering a bear market. where we entered. They said the same thing back here. Was this the bear market? A month? We had a month-long bear market? Okay. They just cut it down by 11 months. They shaved 11 months off the bear market. Thank you, Satoshi. Look at the volume drop, dude. That's actually crazy. This right here, that's crazy. Crazy observation. Imagine getting Bitcoin at 14, 15K. I literally called my mom when Bitcoin was at 17. And I was like, you told me when to tell you to get into crypto. Now's the time. She ghosted me. And after that, every time it hit a new price target, every text would be like, Bitcoin hit 20K. Bitcoin hit 25K. Bitcoin hit 30. Bitcoin hit 35. All the way up to 100K. I'm like, Bitcoin hit 100K. And then she clapped back and she's like, your Bitcoin hit 100K? I was like, no. But you could have had one. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. But yeah, those are my guesses. For sure. Bitcoin dominance. It's fine. We're in the 4-hour again. 59.65. Tom Selk said difference is that drop takes us under the 50 moving average, and that is bad. It's alleged. That is alleged. Let's pull that bad boy. I know what you're talking about. That's what everyone's talking about now. The 50-week moving average. It's weekly, correct? Let me turn off Vu Manchu. $50 in the 200. Ah, bam, ba-bam. Okay, 50. Can I make this a different color? Let's make it yellow. Okay. So 50 moving average currently sitting at. Oh, it's not going to tell me. Sometimes it tells me. 101-ish. And we've wicked below it back here. It didn't do nothing. We broke below it. This was the bear market. This was the bear market. So it looks like it probably went back here. It broke below it, retested, confirmed bearish, continuation, tested, broke, support, blast off, new all-time highs. It's pretty easy to read. When you zoom way out, everything's easy to read. Overton said, damn, I was close. John said, hold on. John said, time for gold to rotate. Think it's peaked, hopefully. I think if it's not, it is going to cool off, and we are going to see other assets benefit from the cool off. And then maybe later on in the year, around Christmas or something, it picks up again for a little while. Wick is fine. Weekly closes now. That's true. That's fair. Touche. Billy said, I can't believe the previous Solana bear market was $8. Yeah, well, Solana, you got to remember, Solana got completely screwed by FTX. Solana was very, very, and I think that made a lot of people wary of it, including myself, when in reality, Solana had nothing to do with it. They just had a bunch of Solana and they were manipulating it. So, Tom Selleck said, gold cools before it goes to 5K. I like that. I like that theory for sure. Yeah. Man, look at that bad boy. This weekly chart is for Tishu. Gold could care less about the 50 and the 200. This cracks me up, dude. Poor Peter Schiff. He's finally getting a decent ROI. He's like 2xing his money. Bitcoin's done like 10, 20x in the past like year and a half. And he's like, Bitcoin is down 30% against gold. Ha ha ha. Freaking out. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Like, Bitcoin lives rent-free in this guy's head so hard. It's kind of sad. Yeah, gold is just doing the same thing that it's done this whole time. Just taking a little chill pill for a minute. Do I think that this is the candle that bounces? I don't know, actually. That's a good question. Not that anybody asked me that. I feel like it could go lower. I would look for like 41.50. Just guessing. Giovanni said, hate that guy. He kind of cracks me up, dude. And I like that he goes to the Bitcoin conferences and he's like, I have onboarded the most Bitcoin users. Like, he wants so bad for somebody like high up in the crypto community to be like, Peter Schiff is smart and he knows what he's talking about. He wants, I don't know what it is. There's some, maybe he's got daddy issues or something. There's some weird situation where he genuinely is like, he's like clawing for some kind of like attention, or what's the term? Positive affirmations. He wants somebody to be like, good job. Peter Schiff is smart and good looking, and he's a swell investor. And then he would be like, thank you. Even go cry and like have some weird like spiritual awakening over the course of like a year. Maybe he needs to do drugs. We should get Peter Schiff to hang out with BitBoy. That's not funny. BitBoy's sober. Hopefully he's doing well. Schiff had 10k Bitcoin and lost the keys. Something like that. He's paid for it. Or is trolling so hard. Oh, he does get paid for it because people engage. And I'm guilty, you know. He'll post something every once in a while, and I'll reply with a link or something like that. Cracks me up. He insisted that Bitcoin was never going above 100k. Look what happened. It's still above 100k, Peter Schiff. Oops. Let's go to news segment. Really quick. I guess I'll get the important ones out of the way. Avalanche. Chilling, we lost 20. Hopefully we can get back above it. Otherwise, price 1750 next. Chainlink, we also lost 20. And 1750. 1583 held-ish. If we lose that, the Chainlink bear market's probably going to be really dicey. If we're doing a bear market. I don't think we are still. But again, anything's possible. Old Man Yells at Bitcoin is my favorite shift troll. It is pretty good. It's a good one. I've been watching so much Futurama, dude. That just reminds me of that. Professor Farnsworth. Love me some Futurama. I like that they kept bringing it back, too. It's been brought back like 4 times now, which is awesome. So Chainlink, I guess if we lose 16,515 would be the next level that I would want to hold. Chainlink is really following this stinky fractal, isn't it? This fractal sucks. It sucks so bad. But Chainlink is like the fractal. I love the fractal. And we don't love the fractal Chainlink. We want you to not like the fractal either. I will say, every time we get a little dumperoonie, or we get a pump, volume pumps into the pump. And then it falls off into the dump. And when it bottoms out, that is when we go back up. We are on the downtrend on volume, so I think there's a good chance that we get a bounce. Not financial advice. Totally speculating. I might just be pointing out things that are obvious and that happen with everything all the time. But what are you going to do? Near getting incredibly dumperoonie as well. I got to get rid of these moving averages. Hold on. How do I do that now? I actually don't know how to do that. Can I remove them? Oh boy. I think we messed up, guys. Indicators. Nope. Huh. It used to be right here. They like changed the format now. I can't X this moving average thing. Indicator templates. Because there's no... there's no way for me to see the name of it. To press the X. Trading panel, plan editor, nope. Huh. I genuinely don't know what to do. Remove 3 indicators? What is the third one? Uh-oh. Volume. I'm gonna do it. It was volume, okay. So I need my RSI. I need Fu Manchu. I need volume. How do I get volume back up? 24-hour volume? Nope. What? It just let me have it though. That's so confusing. All right, we'll figure that out later. I actually forgot that volume came back. I don't know how it came back. Is it in here? Settings? Volume. Okay. Oh well. We'll figure it out later. Okay. Silver. Silver's down 4.24%. Silver also got a little bit dumpy with gold, which is interesting. 51.86. Man, this thing went all the way up to 54.50. Whew. Swift rejection there, which is interesting. Giovanni said at this point, it'll be revealed he's Satoshi. Dude, that would be crazy. Giovanni said, I love Futurama. It's definitely one of my all-time favorite TV shows, for sure. Like, I would give up a decent chunk of, like, B-list shows to keep Futurama. DXY, on a little bit of a baby bounce right here. Are we going to get a MW, possibly? Does that mean anything? I have no idea. That's a good question. MicroStrategy is up 2.12%, still below 300. I think MicroStrategy is on its way out. Maybe I'm being a pessimist. That's entirely possible. That I'm just being a little pessimistic little baby. But it doesn't look good. Does not look good. Which I will say, when it doesn't look good, that's when you want to buy, because then you get the most returns. Billy said, for an indoor wall, how long would you let primer dry before applying the base? If I can touch it and it's dry, then it's ready. That's basically it. NASDAQ up 1.16% on the day, 24.86.3. It's kind of chopping sideways in this little range. I would like to see it get above 25. S&P, also same situation, navigating sideways. 66.64. Very close to 66.66. That would have been crazy. Bitcoin dominance 59.62. Hopefully continuing to reject 60 and breaking below 59 next. We'll see what happens. Bitcoin, chill. Congratulations, Tom Selleck Scout, once again on your victory. Enjoy your venison sticks. Bitcoin chilling. Are we going to do something? See, I feel like that downside liquidity is just calling its name. It's way too easy for it to rip down to that and grab that. It's $200 million on the table. Why would they leave? Oh my gosh, there's more now. It is $430 million on the table. There is no way, and again, I'm speculating, there's no way that they don't just rip down and take that really quick. That is the easiest money for them to take right now. Come on. 104K, we're at 106 right now. There's no way that they can't do that in like a second. See, then this thing says ad blocker detected, and I know it's not. Yeah, 2%. That's nothing. Coach said, yo, can you check Toshi? Because he perfectly react at his long support trend. Toshi. Ooh, 62.75. Did get a lovely reaction. That is actually quite a nice little jump right there. Now, we've seen this before, where you get your little dump and your little jump. You want to not mimic that. So far, it actually looks good. This is more uniform straight up. This looks like it's curling. Can you get above 75 next? Would be the most important level. Get above 70 and then 75. You got a green dot on your momentum wave on Market Cipher, which is great. That's normally down there. And then your moving average, you got a bullish cross of the moving average and the RSI, which is also awesome. Justin said they can, but they are leaving it more above. You're still looking at USDT chart that has the scam wick. You have to use a USD chart like Coinbase. I want the scam wick though. I like the scam wick. Coinbase USD chart. Oh, I guess that's Tether as well. See, that's filled. I think we're going to fill this Tether wick. What's interesting is I have a trend line here. Ooh, look at that. Ain't that a beauty? Whoa. Okay, so let's do something here. Why don't I remember this? That fractal was clearly incorrect. Let's get rid of that. This one was right. So let's see. We got a little double top rejection, double bottom bounce, double top rejection. I guess technically that's double bottom right there. Oops. Double top, double bottom, single top. Interesting. I don't know what to make of this. It's a little choppy little mess. And it does seem to be broadening as well. That's so interesting. Let me copy paste this. Oops. See if it becomes relevant anywhere. Maybe kind of right here-ish. So we got a little scam wick above. Another little scam wick above. But for the most part, see, maybe this is it. Maybe these are the anomalies. We got heavy resistance. Popped above it for a hot second. Back below. Resistance again. Get out of here. Broke above it. Broke below. Resistance again. Support. Support. Resistance. 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 Interesting. What if that was the bottom? That might have been the bottom. If this is at all relevant, which is entirely possible that it's just trash, garbage, nobody cares. Coach said, funny to see people bear market. Exactly. 1000% funny to see people. It's nonstop, dude. It is genuinely nonstop. Look at how many times this was the bear market too. Apparently we get like 25 1 month long bear markets during the bull market now. Nobody knows what a bear market is. None of these new people know what a bear market is. They're like, oh my gosh, we're going into a bear market. They've been here for like 4 months. It's crazy to me, man. It is actually insane. Justin said, yep, read that. Coach, people need to be in crypto. When market dump and when market pump. Exactly. Yeah, I agree. 57%. I'm ending the poll. We got 57% of you guys said yes, we will still close October green. Interesting. Coach said, funny to see people bear market when FOMC market meeting with rate cuts. I believe for some reason it is October 29th. I don't know if that's corresponding with the government shutdown. I thought that the last one was in the middle of the month. This one, for some reason, at the end of the month. Who knows, man? Maybe they pushed it so that they can manipulate the market a little bit longer before the next rate cut, and they absolutely giga-send us into the stratosphere. Maybe I'm delusional and we're not doing any of those things. You know, it'd be hilarious if they didn't cut the rate again. Damn, that would be, I would laugh. I'm sorry. 50 would be crazy. I hope so. Honestly, I really do. They're talking about ending quantitative tightening as well, which you know what that means. So here's all of our bullish cases. Let's go highlight these bad boys. Why do I feel lost? Oh, I own Bitcoin down. That's okay. Congratulations, Tom Selleck, once again on your victory. Enjoy your venison sticks. Oh, Dream Tanks is up here. All right. We've got Fed rate cuts. Altcoin ETFs. We've got quantitative tightening ending. What else do we have? These are all of our bullish scenarios. Fed rate cuts, altcoin ETFs, quantitative tightening ending, possible stimming, tariff stimming, midterms. We're going to be like within that 1 year to midterms soon. they're going to want to kiss our ass. They're going to want to put checks in our hand, kiss our ass, and buy our vote for midterms. I think that that is a bullish catalyst. I do. Because they want as many seats as possible. How do you do that? You make people think that the economy is going to be amazing if you win. So you and your party do as many things as possible to get as much money into people's hands as you can. What are our other bullish scenarios, guys? There's no euphoria. No euphoria or blow up top. I mean, market's looking relatively green right now, which is pretty sick. Oh, I got a text message. Weird. Oh, what? Oh my gosh. My credit score went up. All right. Justin said, did you see that X post? I don't know. Well, was it recent? I did not. Seen no X post. All right, let's go through news articles, guys. News segment. Time for the news segment. Yeah, send it again. Was it in the Discord? If it's in the Discord, I saw it. Or is it the one that you sent me? Yeah, the one that you DM'd me? Yeah. Absolutely. All right, guys, news segment. I sent a post to you yesterday. Tagged you in it. I'll send it again. Yeah, if you sent it on X via DM, then yes, I did see. I replied. All right, we've got Fed President Neil Kashkari saying the economy may not be slowing as much as we think. I don't know what the hell that means. It seems like a weird... I like that they just randomly speculate. They're like, oh, we might not have inflation. Or whatever they just decide to say that day. Overton said, I feel like we need to go very low to then bring crowd, which is currently on the sidelines, into crypto because it will be difficult to do so at the highs. I think that retail can be roped in very quickly, very easily. It just has not happened at all yet. Old retail can stay away. That's a very, very small quantity of people. If we need new retail to come in. That has not happened at all. And it does, as stupid and tinfoil hatty as it feels, it does feel like we are at a point, and I hate saying this because everybody says it every day, and it's the biggest copium ever. It does feel like, though, we've hit a point where they being the powers that be, institutions, what have you, the freaking Illuminati for all we know, are buying at the lows. They are taking prices down, and they are loading up. That's just what it feels like. Or maybe they did already. Maybe they're taking profits now, and that's why our dumbasses are freaking out. Because they got their 2-3x out of their millions of dollars. Chewy said, yo, sell it all. That's up to you, man. Totally up to you. Gotta do what you gotta do. $250 million was liquidated from the cryptocurrency market in the past 60 minutes. That was 16 hours ago. President Trump says no when asked if China tariffs will stand. Cool. Nobody cares, apparently. The market did not react. President Trump says we'll be fine with China. Again, nobody reacted. White House economic advisor Hassett says we're not in a trade war with China. I like that all of that came out at the same time. White House advisor Hassett says 3 Fed rate cuts would be a good start. American Express says government shutdown hasn't affected customers yet. How would it? I'm confused as to how the government shutdown would affect people that don't work for the government. Am I out of touch? Is there government programs, that makes sense. If you start talking about that, then yes, absolutely. But how long have they been shut down? I feel like it would have affected people already. Billionaire Bill Gross says gold has become a momentum and meme asset. Meme asset is kind of funny because you know that irks all the gold bugs. President Trump said he could move up China's 100% tariff deadline from November 1st. So I like that. Earlier he's like, we'll be fine. The tariff won't stick. And then he's like, but we could change it to like sooner. Marty Party posted U.S. M2 money supply jumps to a new all-time high of 22.2 trillion. Money printer go burr. Solana spot ETF approved. SEC approves 21 shares 8A. Very cool. Oil prices have fallen below $57 per barrel for the first time since May 5th, representing a 25% drop since President Trump's inauguration. Hell yeah. U.S. stock market futures and Bitcoin correlated in the flush October 17th. Check it out. Bitcoin has yet to recover. Interesting. Very interesting. How you doing, Chewy? How's the house? You done with the house yet? I'm kind of excited. You gotta... If you're down, I would love for you to share pictures of the house in the Discord. I would love to see the house. I feel like the house is part of, like, the community now. The house is part of the family. Cheers. I hope it's going well. All right, we got stablecoin mint 1 minute ago. Circle issued another 500 million USDC on Solana. That's a lot of money. We've got Kobayashi letter. The elephant in the room. Confidence in fiat currencies has collapsed. As a result, absolutely no one wants cash right now. In fact, cash allocation for institutional investors is down to 3.8%, the lowest percentage in 12 years. The Fed will soon lose its independence. Rate cuts are coming into stagflation. The global debt jumped 14 trillion in Q2 2025. What? To a record 337.7 trillion. You are either buying stocks at record highs, piling into gold and silver, or buying crypto. Meanwhile, corporations are investing hundreds of billions into AI, and governments will soon join the AI arms race, prompting more money printing. This is exactly why we have been constantly stating to own assets or be left behind. Fiat currencies are losing their purchasing power, and asset owners are looking to defend against it in any way possible. As investors, we can only play the hand we are dealt. Damn. I will say, I've been allocating to my stock portfolio more and more, and it has paid off. It makes me feel a lot better about the poopy crypto market because I'm not constantly losing all of my money. I'm only constantly losing a little bit of it, and the rest of it is doing really well, which is pretty exciting stuff. All right, next we got Americans are drowning in credit card debt. I will say this, I'm very proud to say I have little to no credit card debt. It is in like 3 digits or less. So I'm pretty proud of that. I will also say though, I am incredibly out of touch when it comes to debt. I once, when I was 19, I bought a new car, paying way too much money for this stupid new car. It's a beautiful car. It was a little Ford Focus. And I lost my job, and eventually the car was repossessed, which I thought was like the end of my life. The end of my financial career. I was going to be poor for the rest of my life because I had this 2012 Ford Focus repossessed and I owed somebody $8,000. I was like, oh my, I'm never going to be able to pay for that. And it got to a point where I would hear the ads on the radio. They're like, are you in massive debt? Call this number now. And I would call them, and I finally, I wrote down one of them and I called them, and they're like telling me all this spiel, blah, 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 blah. They're like, how much debt do you have? And I felt like I was telling somebody that I did some horrible thing. I was like, $8,000. And they were like, oh, sir, we can't help you. And I was like, what? They're like, yeah, we only service debts $50,000 minimum and up. And I was like, how do you even get that much debt? It was pretty funny. So, young JJ was very, is ignorant the right word? Out of touch, maybe? I don't know. Ignorant, I think, is the right word. Ignorant to debt, for sure. U.S. household credit card debt hit a record $1.33 trillion in August. The combined average credit card balance across all age groups is now at a whopping $10,668 per household. States with the largest average debts in Q2 2025 were Hawaii at $15,100, California at $13,800, and Alaska at 13,600. Crazy. Other, high debt states include New York 12.9, Texas 12.8, and Florida 12.6. Credit card debt continues to skyrocket. It's probably going to go up exponentially because they can just milk that. If they can guarantee that you will max out your credit card at 10K, then they will forever be receiving a monthly payment from you for the rest of your life. And then when you die, then they'll just take it out of your estate. So it's kind of messed up system, but it is what it is. People make money. It's capitalism. President Trump announces that he will be meeting with China's Xi in 2 weeks. He said, I think we'll be fine with China. There it is, folks. Step number 10 of our tariff playbook is in the works. Timing 2 weeks is exactly in line as well. And then they posted this on October 12th. We went over it. All of this stuff has played out word for word in the past and in this most recent iteration. We went through number 6. On Sunday, futures opened. Trump posted an announcement saying he's working on a solution. 7, futures opened sharply higher on Sunday, but begin losing momentum into Monday. 8, after Monday open, Besant appears on TV to reassure investors. 9, over the next 2 to 4 weeks, various members of the Trump administration tease a trade deal. 10, Trump announces a new trade deal and the stock market hits a record high. So this massive liquidation from the China 100% tariff situation, I think potentially could be coming at a time where they're about to do a trade deal. Pending China trade deal, peace in the Middle East, possible Russia, Ukraine solution. This one's really iffy. That one's far. Stretch scenarios. Okay. Peace in the Middle East. We we don't know if they're all gonna follow it. It seems pretty rocky right now, but it's a start. Do you guys sound up in the chat? Ad blocker, dude, it's driving me crazy. I literally have ad blocker off. It keeps popping up. My ad blocker is off for TradingView. TradingView is whitelisted. They can show me all the ads they want, but it still pops up. It's making me insane. Let me know if you guys think of any of these bullish scenarios we got. Fed rate cuts, altcoin ETFs, quantitative tightening ending, QE starting, possible tariff stimmy midterms, no euphoria blow off top, pending China trade deal, peace in the Middle East. For no euphoria blow off top, I'm going to also put top signals. No top signals, because there really are no top signals. Oops. What else? I guess the bullish scenario is everyone thinks we've topped. That's a bullish scenario because whenever everyone thinks something like October, it doesn't happen. Everyone is like, oh my gosh, October comes along, liquidated. The largest liquidation event probably on the planet. Giovanni said, oh, from the Discord, there is so much talk about financial system breaking, fiat collapse. I'm only 22. Have you guys experienced talk like this before? What did it ever pan out to? Okay. So I feel like people have been talking about this financial system breaking for a really long time. I remember there's a documentary series called Zeitgeist. The first one's really good. It's about like religion and astrology. Really good. The second one is about money. This movie came out in 2008, and it's all about how the money system is all digital. Only 10% of the money is actual printed cash. The other 90% is made up digital. It's probably a bigger gap now, but they insisted that was going to lead to some ridiculous like economic collapse or whatever. 2008 happened. Nobody cares. 2010, 11, like that. We've been, I think, in the best of times, honestly, since then. I don't think that there's going to be some world-ending monetary event. I do think that we're going to get to a point, personally, I believe that we're going to get to a point where there's going to be more than one currency that everybody uses. And it's not going to be like, oh, well, you can't spend the dollar some places because some people won't accept it. I think everyone's going to accept a little bit of everything. And it's going to kind of make stuff more accessible and more liquid, even. Like, imagine you can go to the store and be like, oh, shoot, I don't have any cash on me. Do you take NVIDIA? You know? And you could just like sell them a little piece of NVIDIA shares or whatever, you know? I think that'd be sick. Or like, do you take Bitcoin? Or who knows, man? It could be, do you take silver? You know? I think it'd be sick. But none of this has ever played out. It's always peak doomium. There's a group of people, I think, that want the world, the economy to collapse so that they can be like, I told you so. Also, I have a bunker and like a bunch of guns and I wasted my entire life prepping for doomsday. I know that there's no doomsday, but do you guys want to live in the bunker with me while everybody figures out what money is? There's those people. And I personally, I maybe have a little bit of that guy inside of me. I would love to have a bunker, a doomsday bunker with like those little buckets of like food rations. I think that'd be sick. There's something in the back of my like Neanderthal brain that is like, prepare. And I really want to do that. So I don't blame the people, but the people that go so far as to like fearmonger, I think they need to, they need to take a breath, take a bath, maybe find a woman to like have relationship with. I don't know. So I think it's definitely a mixed road. A little bit of both scenarios are going to play out. Justin said 7 trillion on sidelines, ready to go into market. 3.3 trillion on 401k money, ready to enter crypto. Regulations lessening. Oh, the 401k thing, that one's huge. 401ks into crypto. So the 401k thing will be instant if that happens, man. I got one of the bunkers in your mom's house. Oh, damn. Damn. 3.3 trillion on 401k, ready to enter crypto. Regulations lessening. Oh yeah, regulatory clarity. That was huge. SEC Secretary Atkins says we're 10 years behind and US needs to catch up. Tishu said most people just work for fiat. They don't even know what really happens behind the scenes. Until that changes, everything is going to be okay. Agree? Yeah. I mean, no matter what, I think we have to value the currency somehow. Otherwise, if you just have stocks and crypto, and what are you valuing it against? So there has to be some kind of monetary something to make it make sense. Even if it's an aggregation, like a combination or algorithmic dollar, so to speak. Like Emerald says, bam, dude, I used to watch the shit out of Emerald. I grew up watching Emerald. I think he lost his mind. When I broke my leg, I was 15. And I wrote down a recipe for some sliders. And I made it, and it was so good. But I was on the couch every single day for like 3 months with my leg broken. My cast like went up to my thigh. I couldn't move. And I used to watch Emerald every single day, dude. It was so good. And I remember seeing him years later on the TV, and he was like talking to himself. I genuinely convinced that he lost his mind. That'll probably happen to you if you're like one of those like fast talking TV personalities. It probably happens for sure. Sam's, I haven't heard of that guy in decades. I love that dude. He's an OG for sure. Justin said I've traveled internationally recently. Once more vendors start taking crypto, mass adoption will happen very quickly. World commerce will be so much easier. That's what I'm saying, dude. We're heading towards like all I can think of is Blade Runner or like Cyberpunk, where there's multiple currencies. Or the movie, there's a good movie that just came out called Civil War. Go watch that movie. That is a great movie. It's about these journalists, and they head to the White House to be investigative journalists. And there is a civil war happening in the United States, and it's chaos everywhere. Nobody knows who's on whose side and whatever. They go to pay for gas, and there's like people like hanging, and they're like, the people tending the gas station were like, those people were thieves. And the journalists are like, okay. They're like, do you have gas? They're like, no, we don't have any gas for you. And they're like, we'll give you $300. And they're like, $300 won't even buy you a sandwich. And they're like, we'll give you 300 Canadian. And then they're like, oh, okay. And then they get up and give them gas. And it's just like this really cool, subtle way of showing that currency can change that fast. It's an interesting movie. It's a good watch for sure. Reese talking about Emerald. Yeah, Emerald's awesome. Justin said, I priced my life in Bitcoin. What are my properties worth in Bitcoin? What are my cars worth in Satoshis, etc.? That might be where we're heading, honestly. Bitcoin might be the next universal currency. And what would be cool is there's no reason for that to fail. Let's see. Yes, this is the one. Yep. It's so good, dude. Oh my gosh, it's so good. What is that chick's name? Kirsten Dunst. That's right, from Spider-Man. Nick Offerman is in it. It's such a good movie. Who made this? I feel like I remember. Is it A24? Nick Offerman is like a legendary actor. Okay. Justin said, if I think about selling real estate, I say, okay, I want 2.5 Bitcoin for that property. Algorithmic stablecoins. Not really algorithmic stablecoins, just like algorithmic dollar, where it values multiple currencies, and that's what we measure everything in. Justin also said, yeah, let's say that shops all over the world say, okay, we accept Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, ADA, and Polygon. Boom, go anywhere, no exchange rate charges, no hidden fees. Everyone understands value. Exactly. Dream Tank said, bro, we're about to pump back to 126K. Go parabolic and destroy all shorts right now. That would be so disgustingly amazing. I think I would poop my pants in pure joy, which I don't think I've ever even remotely experienced. Could you imagine being so happy that you just crap yourself? Is that even possible? UST. Dude, UST was like... That was one of those you had to be there moments. That was pretty crazy. I don't know what moron goes, let's allow this stupid stablecoin to mint the underlying currency, Terra, as many times as it needs to. And then the market starts to collapse, and then it's just mint, supply and demand. Why? I don't know who said, yes, that's a good idea. Let's do that. Do Kwon, you are a genius. Let's do that. Let's print Terra into infinity. Dream Tank said I crapped myself last bull run. I almost did. I crapped myself like the day after when everything dropped like 50%, and then I thought it was going to bounce back. It's literally that stupid chart where it's like, well, we're just retracing for the next move up. We've been retracing for the next move up for 4 years. Jeez. All right. Continuing our news articles. Oh, yeah, Kobayashi letter was on top of it, dude. On top of it. S&P 500 futures erase losses as President Trump says high tariffs on China will not remain. Futures are now 75 points from overnight low. The hallmark of any bull market, pullbacks become oversold quickly and upswings become overbought slowly. That's exactly what we are seeing in stocks, gold, and crypto now. Tishu said, I know a YouTuber which predicted the Luna collapse. I mean, hindsight, again, anyone with a brain could have told you if they would have looked into it with not bias. So props to that guy. Shout him out. Whoever it is, because that's probably somebody we should pay attention to. But if we would have been paying attention and we would have seen, oh, they're going to just print Luna whenever, you know, they need the peg to stick. And then we're heading into a bear market. So that was the recipe for disaster there. The value of Luna went down, and then they printed more, which made it go down even more, which is insane. Dream Tank said, so I haven't crapped myself this bull run. So I know we are nowhere near the top. I got my crap indicator ready. Hell yeah, dude. That's the ultimate indicator right there. I do not listen to any other indicator. Total crypto liquidations have now hit 1.2 billion over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin alone has seen nearly 500 million of liquidations today. That's a lot of money. This one was crazy to me. I just had to share this. It has nothing to do with crypto. But it might signal a cooperation between Russia and the United States, which might have some underlying repercussions, positive ones. Russia has reportedly asked Elon Musk to help build a $65 billion undersea rail tunnel linking Russia and Alaska. The tunnel would be named Putin-Trump Tunnel. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I would ever go in it, but it's pretty freaking cool. Next we got the U.S. government is now on track to shut down for more than 40 days, the longest shutdown in history. This means the current shutdown is expected to last 5 times longer than average. Very cool. Thank you, Chuck Schumer. See, Mitch McConnell fell. Literally, like, I'm not going to try to laugh at some old dude falling, but why is anyone allowed to fall in our government? Like, if you fall over because you tripped or something, or like you had some medical thing as like a healthy human being, sure. But if you're so old that you're just falling because you're old, try not to swear, you should be immediately removed from office. I don't want any mother effer falling around making decisions for me. I don't fall around. Why would I want somebody representing me who's falling around? The last guy stepped down. He removed himself from the race because he was falling down. Why does Mitch McConnell still have anything to do with the U.S. government? Get him out. You fall, you go. That's it. Bye. It's crazy. Blows my mind. Tisha said the guy is Coinsider, but he's been wrong about other things. He promoted a lending company like Celsius called Holdnot, and it imploded. See, that's why I actually get emails. I get emails and I get Telegram messages all the time. People being like, we'll partner with you for this, and that. And it's not like they're not offering me money right out the gate. So, not that I would take it, but I just want to make that clear. I would get like a commission like per click or per sign up or whatever, which, by the way, I already get if you guys sign up for my crap in the description. Anyways, I'm not going to promote some new thing. I'm very cautious about exchanges and stuff. And I will tell you, you can trade all you want, but they can just as easily take your money and disappear. And what are you going to do? Oh, I was trading on this website illegally. I was circumventing the United States government laws to illegally trade on this website, and they took my money. That's literally the same as those people calling me like, I was trying to buy crack from her and she ran away with my cash. You're not supposed to do that. So there's nothing you can do. You have to treat it like a drug deal. Wall Street is going full blockchain. Told ya, according to Cointelegraph. App users, governance, apps, market infrastructure, industry bodies. This is Canton Network ecosystem. I don't know what this is. I have noticed though, and I've seen everywhere, everyone's kind of starting to freak out because we've got Google developing their own blockchain, and it does seem like people, or at least big companies, big businesses, whatever, are just going to develop their own blockchain. Why would they rely on some third party? You know what I mean? They can develop their own and be in full control over it. And you know these places are control freaks. Dream Tank said I will let you know when I crap myself this bull run, so we will sell the top. Hell yeah. Dream Tank's poop tank. Investment bank Citizens forecasts ETH to reach 7K by 2026 and 20K by 2030. That's insane. I also don't know what the hell this little dot is underneath Citizens. I legit, earlier, I tried to wipe my screen because I thought that that was like a little poop. And I was upset that there was poop on my screen, but it's not. It's just a little goofy little thing. It's an E, apparently. Citizens E. Underneath the Citizens logo. I don't know why it's there. It bugs the crap out of me. Markets price in 96.8% chance of a 25 basis point rate cut at the October 29th, 2025 Fed meeting. Tishu, really quick, you mentioned Celsius. Alex Mashinsky shilled so hard for the not your keys, not your crypto movement. There's something that like is so dirty about that to me, because the dude straight up like stole people's money, and it wasn't your keys if you kept your money in Celsius. I actually almost moved my money to Celsius. I almost moved to Celsius. I almost moved to BlockFi. I was all in on Voyager. I got out 2 months before the collapse. And my transaction, I haven't told this story in a long time. So I had all of my money on Voyager. And I realized what a spread was because they're like, no fees, no fees. And I look and I'm like, wait a minute. Bitcoin is like $3,000 more on here. And if I try to sell it, it's like $3,000 less. So they have like the $6,000 spread on Bitcoin alone. Everything had like a 10% spread in either direction. So if you buy, you are immediately 20% down. That's insane. So I got pissed off. I was like, I'm leaving. This is not an exchange. This is robbery. So I put all of my assets into Cardano and I tried to transfer out. It said 3 to 5 business days. I was like, whoa, okay, that's insane, but sure. 2 weeks go by. I'm losing my mind. I'm DMing them on X. I'm everywhere where they have an account. I'm getting a hold of them. Customer service. And then I was like, screw it. I looked on all of their X posts. Their lovely marketing is getting a ton of interaction, ton of views, ton of likes, ton of shares, but barely any comments. So I have this copy paste paragraph, everything that they posted, I put on there. Legit, the CEO, whose name I believe is Steven Ehrlich, DM'd me, and it was actually him. And he said, send me your customer service reference number or whatever. And I sent it to him, and he, like within an hour, my funds were in my new wallet location. So I will give him props for that. But I do think 2 months prior to the collapse, when I got all my money out, I think that they knew that something bad was about to happen. And I'm convinced that he spent his own money to send me my ADA, which is insane. And you know what's crazy is if you look that guy up, he has no affiliation with Voyager anymore. He just ghosted, disappeared. So I'm convinced that there's like a whole slew of these people in Wall Street that just poach. They're like vultures. They show up and they rip everything apart and peace out. And they don't even care. Like everything legally makes it so that they can't get in trouble. It's crazy to me. It blows my mind. But Alex Mashinsky, when I left Voyager, I almost went to BlockFi and I almost went to Celsius. Because my brain, I was like, well, this is going to be a long-term investment thing. Thank God I didn't pick those two. I considered FTX as well. I was gonna VPN for FTX prior to Voyager. But that seemed like too much of a hassle. Circle minted $500 million. Huobi founder Lee Lin is launching a $1 billion Ethereum trust with early Ethereum backers from Fenbushi Capital, Hashkey Group, and MeToo. Very cool. SPL wants to take a look at Litecoin. Absolutely. I like Litecoin. Charlie Lee bugs the crap out of me. I feel like he's an awful human being. He legit recently came out and he was like, I regret ever building Litecoin. Like, who are you, bro? Who even are you? So we have a longer term fractal on Litecoin. It looks like it's heavily decoupled, which it has in the past a million times. Chewy said, we are screwed, boys. Stop buying alts. Tisha said, is today a good day to DCA alts or wait? You got to make that decision for yourself. I'm 50-50 right now. I told my fiance not to let me buy anything right this second, but I might break that. Hopefully she doesn't hear me. You do got a green dot on your momentum wave on Market Cipher, which was oversold when the green dot occurred, and it has pushed the price up, but it does look like it wants to start curling down. This is definitely weakness. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to see the volume because I don't know how TradingView works anymore, but you did also get a bullish cross over the moving average and the RSI. That's a big deal. What you want to see is if this comes up, if that moving average curls up like that, you want to see this hold and continue to the upside above the moving average so the price can continue up. If you break back below that moving average, it's probably going to go down. You're going to have overhead resistance probably around like $92, $93 based on these two support areas turned resistance. That's also resistance right there. So if you go back up there and you try it and you fail, it's probably going to go lower. We said I spent 5K on Ondo, Morpho, and Sui at the bottom of the flash crash. Nice. Yeah, dude, that flash crash was so juicy. I've never in my life have I been excited for the market crashing. Sasha said, damn. But I missed the entire move, like live. I'm so glad that I didn't see it, because if I would have watched that happen live, I probably would have freaked out. I get in the van, I'm leaving work, I'm driving, I'm chilling. Traffic's backed up a little bit where it always is, so I stop and then I open up TradingView, and I saw everything down 50%. I went, whoa! And I hurried up and I opened up Bitunix to try to open up a trade. I opened up a trade. It was instantly up 30-some%. And then it went up like 60, 80, and then it was over 100. And then it kept fluctuating between 30 and like 80%. And I kept hitting close, and it kept saying that it closed, but then it didn't. And I finally got it, and I did 2 trades like that in that dicey, like, gambling setting, which was exciting. It was very exhilarating. I shared them in the Discord. One of them was like 30 and one of them was like 70% or something like that. It was super fun. But we don't get volatility like that anymore. That's why that was so exciting to me. Normally, in a situation where last bull market I would have lost my mind, I thoroughly enjoyed 50% down alts, because we don't get volatility like that anymore. It's literally untradeable. So I was excited when it happened. Now, if we could continue to get moves like that, I would be even more excited. We've definitely been lacking volatility, momentum entirely. It was an instant double on the money. It was so good, dude. It was so good. It was so good. Everyone's like, are you trading? I'm like, no, there's nothing to trade. What am I trading? This sideways choppy garbage? You can open up a forever short and probably make some money. Now that I said that, though, it's probably going to go up. Tisha said today was the second day in extreme fear. Since yesterday, that is. John 316. What's going on, John? Are we in trouble, JJ? I don't think so, personally. We might be, though. Not financial advice. Just have fun said, yo, what's going on? Just have fun. Chewy, you didn't tell me about the house. How's the house? Let's go check. Were we in extreme fear? So regular fear and greed is in fear. You talking about stock market? Oh, regular fear and greed is in extreme fear. Interesting. Yesterday was extreme fear as well. Wow. Very nice. Okay. Yesterday, this was extreme fear. For the stock market, today it's just in fear. Interesting, interesting. Okay. All right, next we got Polymarket traders now see a 52% chance that Bitcoin drops below 100K this month. I see it for sure. Chewy said, wonderful, man. I sit on the back deck and watch the wildlife. That's so awesome. I do that, but at work. Cantor Fitzgerald's 5% stake in Tether could be worth $25 billion if the stablecoin issuer gets a $500 billion valuation from investors. Very cool. I don't know who Cantor Fitzgerald is, but congratulations to him. Insight, Grayscale launches the first U.S. spot crypto ETFs with staking, letting investors earn blockchain rewards through regulated products. The move bridges Wall Street and decentralized finance. Let's friggin' go. Justin said, turn the portfolio up to 11. Hell yeah. Cointelegraph, Hyperliquid leads all blockchains in fees over the past 24 hours, surpassing BNB Chain, Tron, and Ethereum. I had a cringe moment the other day, not me in particular, but like secondhand cringe. I was watching a YouTuber, really well-known guy. His name's Noel. I don't remember his last name. He was one of Cody Ko's friends, and he's talking about the crypto thing that happened on Friday. And he's sitting in a chair talking to a mic, and he's like, blah, 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 ha, ha. And he's just one of those people that yaps. It's funny. It's funny stuff, though. He's a funny guy. He's a good comedian. And he's like, a trader going by Hyperliquid is doing this, and he thought for some reason, because it says Hyperliquid trader makes this much money on that or whatever. Hyperliquid trader does it. So he thought that the trader's name was Hyperliquid, which was the most cringy. Like, that's something your grandparents say when you're a kid and you're like trying to explain the plot of like some TV show to them or something like that, and they like completely misunderstand what you're saying. He said, being the right for having a date. Got to get back to murder mystery. Hell yeah, dude! Those murder mystery things are so fun. Cheers, Chewy. Enjoy. Have a good weekend, man. Happy Friday. Tell the wife we said hi. And we're sorry that her husband does crypto. Oh. All right. Stock Money Lizards posted. People talk about a lot about divergences. They pick random time frames, draw lines from wick to wick, which is wrong, by the way, which we did look into. It is when it comes to divergences specifically, you are supposed to do candle body closes. And tell you we are going to bounce now. That's not how it works. Bitcoin can bounce on a downtrend line several times before reversal actually kicks in. Excuse me. Volume and CVD are important to watch, not shown here to keep chart, I'm assuming, simple. Bottom line, don't be disappointed if Bitcoin does not bounce back to 120K immediately. There is still some liquidity left below the 102K wick, which can be taken out before moving higher. Know your indicators. We got bearish and bullish div, regular and hidden. So keep an eye on that stuff. Make sure you know what's going on, know what you're talking about. You are supposed to do candle body closes, so. Chewy said she don't know. Shh. All right, enjoy. Enjoy, man, for real. Stock Money Lizards posted, left my lines in. The course was different than expected. However, looking at this chart 4 weeks later, nothing much has changed. Bitcoin. He was looking at a little double bottom scenario around 100K, between 100 and 104. Jerome Powell said, well. What's going on, Jerome? What's going on, man? Are you doing 50 basis points on the 29th? Also, why the 29th? Why not the middle of the month, like last month? Is there a reason for that? Genuine question. How you doing, my friend? How's the multi-billion-dollar renovation? All right, next we got some Alex Stanzik posted. This is going to sound a little nuts to some people, but right now would be the smartest time to sell some gold and buy Bitcoin. Not financial advice. Jerome said, no rate cuts in case you didn't get the memo. No! That sucks. That's awful. Thanks, Jerome. Thanks, Obama. Shanaka Anselm Pereira. You guys know Shalaka. Posted, Wall Street wants your Bitcoin at 90 to 100K so they can sell it back to you at 500K. They'll crash it, scare you, break you, make you think it's over. You'll panic sell. They'll gobble every sat, then moon it without you. Don't be their exit liquidity. Hold or get played. Hell yeah. Let's go. Boom Shalaka. Links posted, gold is crashing. All gold profits will start rolling into Bitcoin starting tomorrow. Alt season next. I like the people that just give a definitive date. They're like, tomorrow is when alt season starts. You're like, okay. Jerome said the drop will continue. Enjoy the cheap prices. Back to saving the economy. I appreciate you, Jerome Powell. Have a good weekend. Then we got Crypto Elites posting at the end of October. Altcoin season will officially begin. Gold will fall. Bitcoin dominance will fall. Bitcoin and ETH will slowly rise. Altcoins will move sharply. Bookmark this post. Let's talk again at the end of December. If I'm wrong, we can go back and discuss here. I like that. He's like, if I'm wrong, let's just talk about it. Like, don't get mad at me. Let's just talk about it. That's the right way to approach things, though. I do like this chart. 2020 August, 2025 August. Interesting. October. That must not have been October because he didn't mark it. Good stuff, man. Hopefully that happens. Let's go. We've got Mr. Crypto posting, altcoins are about to absolutely explode here, and most people have no idea. Don't bet against history. This chart I also enjoyed. We got a little bottom action, a little touch, break, test, and continuation. Touch. I guess that would be a touch as well. Break, test, continuation. Hopefully we just explode the upside. Let's go. And then they're also calling for a potential top around late 2026, early 2027. That'd be crazy. That does align with the 2026 theory, which we've been saying for a long time as well. And last but not least, we got George CryptoZaurus posting M2 global money supply, explosive growth, gold, first asset to ever break $30 trillion market cap, Bitcoin primed to follow their lead, altcoins waiting for Bitcoin to go first. Deny it if you want, but the breakout is inevitable. Let's freaking go. Post credit goes to Merlin the Trader for the picture specifically. M2 is blue, gold is yellow, Bitcoin is orange. We got some recoupling to do, my friends. Definitely got some recoupling to do. So let's get it. Bitcoin currently trading at 106,956 and 60 cents, looking good. Are we going to get explosive upside from here? I think that's very possible. Let's go take a look at our portfolios. Portfolio update. The 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is down $303. Currently, one asset in the green, the rest are in the red. Starting from the bottom, Fetch is down $65. Aptos is down $48. Shib is down $37. Proppy's down $33. Render's down $33. Ondo is down $29. Near's down $28. Doge is down $23. ADA is down $19. And Sol is up $9. Looking good. Then we've got our Memecoin portfolio, which is down $364. None of these assets are in the green. Starting from the bottom, GigaChat is down $149. SNEK is down $70. Pepe is down $59. WIF is down $46. And Doge is down $42. Then we've got our narrative portfolio, my favorite and the most stable, only down $76. We've got one asset in the green, the rest are in the red. Starting from the bottom, Fetch is down 54. VeChain is down 37. Mana is down 17. Pepe is down 5. And Tau is up 35. Tau carrying the entire portfolio. Justin said, good time to buy. Turn the portfolio up to 11. Buy one more in extreme fear. Hell yeah. Then last but not least, the perfect entry portfolio. You guys, the community, voted on every single asset in this portfolio. You guys absolutely killed it. This is an initial investment of $1,000, $100 per asset. Each asset added 1 per dip in extreme fear conditions, like right now. And you guys killed it. Currently, we've got 2 assets in the green, the rest are in the red. The entire portfolio is down $178. Starting from the bottom, Avalanche is down 42. Render's down 40. Graph is down 31. Pith is down 30. Ondo is down 21. Sui is down 21. Crow is down 8. ETH is down 1. Sol is up 2. And Chainlink is up 11. I also forgot to iterate on the narrative portfolio. This portfolio is made up of 1 meme coin, 1 artificial intelligence coin, 1 decentralized physical infrastructure coin, 1 real world asset coin, and 1 gaming coin. And it is absolutely killing it. But I think the real winner is the perfect entry portfolio. This thing, it holds up amazing during dips. And I think it's because we established it during dips. So it's kind of, it's like the, it's like the ring from Lord of the Rings. It was born in the fires of Mount Doom, you know. But it's a good portfolio. I like it. Bitcoin chilling, 106,992. Probably gonna call it an evening. Appreciate you guys sticking around. Congratulations, Tom Selleck Scope, once again on your victory. Enjoy your venison sticks. As always, guys, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Smash the like button on your way out. Happy Friday and good night.